here we have a fraction, an algebraic fraction we have to simplify. Okay? So in order to simplify this fraction, what we have to do is we have to make sure the denominators are the same, just like with normal fractions. Okay? So just imagine we had a normal fraction. I'll just make a line here to separate these two. Supposing I had a fraction like, say, 1/2 plus 2/3. What would I have to do in order to add these together, Mr. Ziad? He's going to be famous now. What would I have to do to add these together, Mr. Ziad? Good. I have to make the denominators the same. So I'd have to say, what number do they both go into? The smallest number, yeah, the lowest common multiple is 6. We're going to put both of them over 6, right? Now, let's just switch to this. I've got to do the same thing. This is a fraction, just like those are fractions. Same thing we have to do. Just because there's x's in there, it doesn't mean suddenly everything's become different and difficult. No, it's the same thing we're going to do. So don't ever think, oh, that looks too difficult, let me give up. No. So I have to make the denominators the same. Now, when you have numbers like this, all right, of course you can't see what the lowest common multiple is like in any other way. You can say, okay, let's multiply them together. That will be the lowest common multiple, won't it? So what I can do is I can write one fraction with 2x minus 5 times x minus 1 as its denominator. And the same with the other fraction, just like I did here. Exactly the same thing. Right, so what I've done in these two examples here is exactly the same. You told me what to do here, so you should know what to do here. Same thing. Now, what's the next step in this particular part of the question? What do I have to do in the next step? Okay, I have to make this half as something over 6, which is equal to a half. An equivalent fraction to a half. Right? Good. 3 you're saying. Why? Because I had to multiply the 2 by 3 to give me the 6. Therefore, I have to multiply the 1 by 3 to give me a number, a fraction, which is equivalent to a half. Okay, and what do I do for this fraction? I multiply the denominator by 2 to make the 6, multiply the numerator by the same number so that it remains an equivalent fraction. So you haven't changed the value of these two fractions. You made them the same value, but you made them in a form where they can be added together easily. So exactly the same thing I must do here. So if you look at the fraction before I changed it, what's different? What have I multiplied the denominator by here? So I must multiply the numerator by, so I have x times x minus 1. So these are now equivalent fractions. And what about this one? Good, I have to multiply 3x plus 2 by 2x minus 5. Because what did I multiply the denominator by? 2x minus 5. Okay, so now I can write this as one fraction. So I'm going to do a bit of cheating here. Okay, so you can see oh, I didn't need to actually. It didn't work, but still, it's pretty straight. Okay, so we have here one fraction. So like the next thing I can do here is I can say, okay, I can write this as a fraction, okay, with the common denominator, 6, and I can just do 3 plus 4. I can add the numerators, so I have 7 over 6. Yeah, 3, 6 plus 4, 6 is 7 6, right? So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to write the denominator as one denominator, and I'm going to add together the numerator. So I have x times x minus 1. I'm going to actually expand this. That'll be x squared minus x. Now for this side, if there was a negative number here, then I would put a bracket to protect what I expand from the negative number until I've simplified it. So you've got to be careful if there's a negative number here. In this case, it's a positive number. You don't have to worry. It won't be affected. So you have 3x times 2x, which is 6x squared. And 3x times minus 5, which is negative 15x. And you have 2 times 2x, which is plus 4x, positive 4x. And 2 times minus 5, which is negative 10. Okay, I'm not going to expand the denominator because it's already in its simplest kind of form. Here, the numerator, I can now combine the like terms. I've got x squared plus 6x squared, which is 7x squared. I've got negative x, negative 15x, which is negative 16x, plus 4x, which is negative 12x. And I've got negative 10. And I have the denominator as 2x minus 5 and x minus 1. Now, if I'm able to factorize, okay, the numerator and cancel out any common factors, all right, I should try. Okay, so you've got to check to see if there's any common factors in the numerator and the denominator. Just like if you had an answer that came out as, for example, supposing your answer came out as 12 out of 8, 12 over 8, we would be able to simplify further. You'd find, 4 is a common factor, so you say it's going to be 4 into 3 over 2, right? Now, for this, I don't think you can factorize. You've got to find two numbers that multiply to give you minus 70, and that add to give you negative 12. Okay? So now, I don't think you can factorize, can it? 70, you got 7, you got like 70 times 1, 35 times 2, nothing times 3 times 4, nothing times 5. What times 5 is 70? 5 times 14? 50 plus 20, yes. We need to have a difference of 12, nope, nope, nope. Okay, 6 times, no, 7 times 10, nope, that's it. So there's your answer then. 7x squared minus 12x minus 10 over 2x minus 5 times x minus 1. Okay, mister? Okay, good.